to me as I sing a song for you. The message that I'm bringing is one of hope and truth. Inside, that's where the love lies. The message that I bring is one in and in your heart, that's where you'll find the truth. Inside, that's where the love lies.
Hello everyone, welcome to Center of Light. Keith Anthony Blanchard here. You just heard a phenomenal piece of music. In fact, it is the absolute first song that Bernard Dissek and I wrote when we came together. We re-met each other many years later after playing in the rock Memphis music scene for many years. We met at some sort of like waffle breakfast house kind of place. I was on the way in, he was on the way out. And after many years, I said, "What you been doing, bro?" He said, "Writing music." "What have you been doing?" I said, "This." And he goes, "You want to get together and write some music?" I said, "Sure." And this was the first thing that came out. We compiled this with players of the Memphis Symphony Orchestra. And that is Angelo that you hear, Rapin that you heard on piano. Let me refresh some things. Angelo Rapin that you heard on piano, world-renowned classical pianist. That's redundant. First take. He didn't write this out. He just made this up in the moment. Abigail said it was beautiful. Wow. And the song is called Feel. Bernard and I got together and said, make us a channel of healing music of the universe. And that was the first song, Feel. So tonight is Center of Light, Sight. So what does sight have to do with feeling? They're two sides of the same coin. Tonight is Center of Light, Sight. Develop your psychic muscle. So what does feeling have to do with sight? Sight is just what you're honing in on. So you have to have the sight to understand what it is you're trying to see. See what I mean? Feeling is that which says, yes, that is the vision you are searching for. That is the vision you're searching for. That is the task of feeling. But tonight is about Center of Light, Sight. Feeling is a little denser. Hence, I bring this out. No one knows this. I'm just sharing you a tidbit of how I go into my ritual, my ceremony, my religion, my spirituality when I do these presentations to be present with you. And I hope and I appreciate as often as you are present with me. I always wear patchouli oil. Always. Always. Almost. Spiritual sky. Look at it. It's deep, dark. It's red. It's red and it's stinky and or yummy, delicious depending on who you are if you like patchouli oil. And it only takes the size of a dime, if that at most. I would walk into a club before a show to play my gig and people will say, "Keith's here." And they say, "Well, how do you know that?" They said, "Because I could smell him." But when I want to ground something before my presentations, I put on grounding. That which is deep and dark, earthy. It's a woody nature. It's earthy. But when I want to get airy-fairy, a little higher, if you will, I'll put on some whisper. Whisper in the ear. The ability to listen. The ability to hear. Tonight is Center of Light, Sight. Seeing is not only with the eyes. Center of Light, Sight. We think it implies the eyes, and it does. But it also implies the eye. And also implies the eye of who you are. But seeing is not only with the eye. Seeing is also the ability to hear. Well, Keith, that doesn't make sense. Well, absolutely sure it does. Seeing is not necessarily about what we think seeing is. Seeing is about taking in information. In other words, when you tell someone a joke or make a point, they say, "Ah, I see what you mean." They don't mean I'm actually seeing what you mean. They are seeing what you mean. So I wear whisper when I want to keep it airy-fairy. Maybe a little later on, I'll put on some patchouli and we can ground that energy. This is just my ritual, my identification, my intention, my way of saying, these are my ways of making myself available for whatever of service that I can be. See? Hello, Kelly Bauman. Hello, Abigail. Hello, Rena on YouTube. Leanne. Andrea Forrest. Beautiful piano, she said. Andrea Forrest, I'm going to play a song of yours here in just a little bit. Everyone, Andrea Forrest is in the house. Beautiful creator she is, just like all of us. Tonight is Judy Reed. Heather. Tonight is Center of Light Sight. I am going to give you some powerful suggestions about how you can begin to open up the channel to a greater depth of your psychic capacity. So, well, what is my capacity for psychism? It's infinite. God is all-knowing. Well, Keith, do you mean? I mean exactly that. Your father principle is bringing you up into a divine principle, so you can move from infant, child, toddler, child, adolescent to adulthood. And it's all good. Right? So feeling is very important in seeing. Feeling is integral to seeing. We see all the time. Just look around. Do you see? As you see, how does it make you feel? And so understanding the feelings part in the dance, you understand your barometer, so you don't live your life no longer by simple chance. That way you can dance and get in the garden, because you're starting to align with the highest purpose. What is your purpose in life? Do you know what your purpose in life is? Is to see, feel, be real. Now, beyond that, what helps you to be those qualities, those attributes, those ingredients, those elements of who you are? You simply do what you love. Then you will feel the love of God. Let the love of God fall upon you. And it comes through the cloak or guise, choke or be wise, when you wrap yourself in the shawl of that which is the all of love. So when you do what you love, you rise above the quandary and the mayhem of this chaotic COVID-19 world. It's about feeling. Seeing is about feeling. Seeing is about feeling. Seeing is about feeling. See what I mean? Do you feel what I mean? Do you understand? I'm going to lay out some bullet points I've been working on all day about how to open up, develop your psychic muscle mass. Well, Keith, only a teacher who has that ability can teach such things. So are you telling me you're psychic? I am telling you I'm psych something. Psychic, psycho, or psych both. And they say it takes a fool to be a genius. I'm not saying I'm definitely saying I'm a fool. I say I'm a genius. But what I'm saying is we have to get out of the normalcy to get into the super normal. See? If God is all-knowing, it makes sense to me. The closer we get to God, the more we know. If God is all-powerful, then it makes sense to me. The closer we get to God, the more we have the responsibility for spiritually power in our lap. And if God is omnipresent, then it makes sense to me. The closer we get to God, the more we get to a space of absolute divine. This thing is heavy. Clarity. So we can begin to see. Again, do you see? It's not hard. It's never has been, nor would it ever be. It's simplicity is what will help you to see. We're going to go through some bullet points, 4 of them I believe I wrote down, about how to open up the eye, your eye, your eye, your eye. It's me. It's the all ever-present I. Do you want it? We all have it. You remember that time that You were told not to take a right, but you did anyway, and you saw this thing happen that reaffirmed that I should have listened to my intuition, my gut. It's not really your gut. It may feel like it stirs in your gut because the digestion of what's happening is beginning to process. So it feels like it's happening in your gut. You call it gut instinct. Follow your gut. I get it. The gut's a little more palpable. It's a little more tangible. It's a little more real. But the heart is a little more subtle. That's the deal. That's where the feel comes into experience. Can be interjected, can be erected, but it's the only thing that's going to allow you tap into the understanding of the lens. This is my intention, conscious or not. Because this is what I'm looking for. Trouble, dismay, joy. But the heart, or the gut, the heart is the power center, but the gut can almost be seen as the sticking your hands in a hot pot. Conscious or not, the heart is the, here you go. Vision is what you're thinking about or focusing on, conscious or not. The heart is your love for choosing what you know will do it if you are clear, and the gut is the raw. It's the audacity to reach your hands into the rawness, the authenticity of it all, the true fire. Saying, clear or not, with my heart, I think I want this at least. And then you stick your hand into a hot pot. You go, wow, that's powerful. Ow, it's hot. Of course it's hot. You stuck your hand into a hot pot. And in that moment, you had a feeling, which is, it's hot. You better be clear. Dear. So the heart, the feeling capacity of the yum, the deliciousness, or the ow, or the ouch, it's irrelevant. In fact, it's neutral. It's unbiased. All it knows is you sticking your hand into the pot. And it says, you're not going to put out my fire, so have all you got. Are you clear of what it is you're taking out of the pot? Do you have to want to be psychic? I don't really like that word. It's been walked on, it's been desecrated, it's been tainted. Yeah, but it does make the point. I like intuition better. I like moving into a space of spirit so I can see, true sight, having the ability or the capacity to truly just be open. It starts there. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Sounds arrogant. It's arrogant when you have an opinion about being right. It's not arrogant when you are truly right. And I have righted myself in these experiences for 30 years. A fireman knows exactly how to put out a fire. Someone who's a school teacher doesn't profess to know how to put out a fire. That would be opinion and arrogance to assume such. But a fireman knows infinitely much more about his capacity to be called a said fireman. Fire. You have to want it. Nothing happens without it. The want of it. I don't mean want as if I'm lacking of something. I'm talking about a yearning, burning, churning, turning within your soul to bones. But you have to own it. I simply love it. I want it. I want to know that there's a snarling dog behind this building that will in a moment eat my ass. I'm not asking you to live in fear about the snarling dog. I'm asking you to take in a level of empowerment that will in showerment grace upon you to have a greater capacity to see. Total different vibration. I just want to know what my options are because I'm clear. Watch the movie Minority Report with the 3 psychic children, especially the star psychic child. Take a right, take a left. Don't ask why, just do it. We want to live in a space where we don't ask why, that we're so connected and congruent that we just do it. Whatever the it is that the intuition says, follow. It takes work, play, joy, sweat, blood, tears to work and develop that psychic muscle. It's not that hard. You do it all the time. You think of a song, turn on the radio and it's there. How did you do that? Well, Keith, that's coincidence. Exactly. It's exactly coincidence. Two things have coincided in an incident. Coincidence. So what came first now becomes the big question. That you thought of it because it was coming anyway? Or did it show up simply because you thought of it? That will really bake you noodle. Tonight is Center of Light Sight. Develop your psychic power, expansion, seeing capacity, muscle. In this bug tussle world, you're going to need it. See you shortly. Be right back. We'll get to the thick of it, the mashed potatoes and gravy. I did say I was going to play some Andrea Forrest, so let's get right there. Everyone, Andrea Forrest. No, Andrea Forrest. I've been known her 20 plus years, never met the girl. Excuse me, girl. That's a compliment, girl. What's up, girl? The beautiful lady. We're from the same part of the country. We just connect like many of us always do. Without any further ado, Andrea Forrest. Good to see folks tonight is Center of Light Sight. The ability to see. I hope you see what I mean. Again, seeing goes beyond the eyes. Seeing is listening, taking in information. The song you just heard was Andrea Forrest, Ishke. I think I got it right. Andrea, if you're here, send me an exclamation point if that is correct. Ishke. So let's get right down to the meat and potatoes. Let's talk about 4 things that will help you develop your psychic abilities. If you want a one-on-one session with me, contact me in my inbox. I work very cheaply. When I say very cheaply, I don't mean my work is cheap, but my work is cheap. It's very thorough. I'm in it to win it for you. Here are 4 principles, ideas, models that will help you move into your psychic capacity. And I don't mean psychic as this new age jargon, this spiritual woo-woo. I'm talking about the true desire to open up and see something that is higher so that you may acquire the capacity and power in this second, this minute, this hour to shower those other people you love simply by being present, holding space and grace in their life. There's no way, it's impossible that you will not be blessed if you ask, present yourself in the right way. Not only right and wrong, I mean right as in right yourself. Become balanced within from soul to bones. I'm here because I want to learn for myself first that where my highest path lies always. And in so doing, I'm not screwing around anymore, trying to guide other people that I truly care about by simply being present in their life. Husband and wife, grief or strife or joy, employ yourself, be in it to win it. That is the gate. That kind of fire, that kind of tenacity, that muster, that kind of cojones or tits. You have to want it like your next breath. That's number 1. Let me go through this bullet point I wrote out today. Be open to tapping into your psychic skills. Without it, zero. I've talked about nothing in the past, how beautiful it is. In this regard, without wanting it, nothing happens. Not good towards the endeavor or the acquiring of your goal. Without wanting it, nothing happens. The number 1 thing that shuts down a person's exploration into their psychic and intuitive abilities is I'm gonna drop the F-bomb, y'all. Fear. It's the first thing that will shut down your psychic muscle expansion. People get so scared of their natural abilities, but these things aren't scary. They're always there to help lead us to a higher path and be navigators using tools in life. The first thing for nailing this tip is simply being willing to open to tap into otherworldly capabilities. Jackson suggests declaring to the universe that you are already. I'm not trying to develop my abilities. I am already that, and now opening the door to experience that which I already am. Sounds like word salad? Good. I got many choices of salad dressing to help you make it more palatable. It's very easy. You have to want it. Fear will shut it down. Hello, Mary Cooper. Number 2, practice reading people's energy. It's not about being right, and you do not have to divulge or share anything you get, think you get, thought you got and were wrong, or have no idea whatsoever. That is all irrelevant. Walk into a room, children, husband, bride, groom, a venue, restaurant, and just scan. Without judgment, without trying to be right. Oh, let me squint so hard with all my might, hoping that I get some sort of sight on this person. You have overshot your target already, and you will miss every time-ish. Your intention to really want to see is recognize, but are you really intending to recognize or to be right? Very huge difference. So you walk into an experience and you say, I just want to practice experiencing what I think I see, and it will validate itself to me. And if it does, then I lean further into what I did this last go round. If not, I will use another technique or refine my process, probably more likely than not, letting go even further beyond the want to be right or wrong. So explore that ground seriously. I was wrong. If it triggers you, that's why you were wrong. So it's not about being wrong, it's about being responsible, which will lead you to being accurate. Big huge difference. Getting a bad vibe from someone for no concrete reason is your psychic intuition coming through. And reading a person's energy in this way is a skill you can strengthen. Challenge yourself to interpret the energy of new people you meet by looking beyond their appearance or how they speak, and instead tuning into their energy for information. In other words, it's beyond what I'm hoping to get, or even beyond your understanding of what you think and it actually is. Therein lies the real it that you're trying to aspire to. Are you not trying to aspire to something? Because if you already knew it, you would have to aspire to something. So it requires the opening of the gate, the bursting of the balloon, moving out of the box, moving into this space, which is beyond what I already know. How, you may ask? Simply being in the space of other people and understanding your own thoughts about how you feel, as the opening song of tonight reflects. You can do this before even looking at or interacting with another person. For example, if you're in line at a grocery store, tap into the energy of the person behind you and see what comes up. Then strike up a conversation to see if intuitive nuggets of information you picked up were ultimately correct. So again, that's the point. Before you go into an experience, just open yourself up to the capacity of wanting to see something that you may have not before if you didn't allow yourself the opportunity to say, what is it that's possible that is coming up for me? I saw this coming. Of course you did. That's when you heard or thought of the song by B.B. King. And you turn on the radio and there's B.B. King. Well, you saw it coming. So now you want to wield this light sword consciously. Don't you? So you have been doing it all of your life. Number 3. Predict, as I just said, how places will look. Predict how places will look. Predict how places will look. Before you go out of town on your vacay, well, I've seen pictures. Of course, I know there are mountains or a beach or a jungle or a forest, whatever. So use that to launch you into a space of wanting to be accurate, not right, but accurate. When you become accurate about being accurate and being accurate, then you will be accurate. You see, it sounds like word salad, but it's all refinement. I want to become accurate. My intention is accurate, and my want to become accurate so that I can be accurate, so that I can accurately use my gift for the well-being of other people. Then your accuracy will begin to hone, because you're beginning to own the truth of the requirement that is needed to have universal cosmic sight. So if you ever watched the movie about the Dalai Lama, the Buddha, I don't remember the name of the exact movie, but I remember this one scene in particular. When he was about 18, 19, when he's being cast out of China, and he moved to India or Tibet, however it goes, he got on a horse or a donkey. And as he sat on the horse, before he rode the horse, he went inside and says, I see a safe journey. I see a safe return. So he used his feeling capacity to navigate his vision capacity. So these two aspects of the spiritual self are truly married. It's the heads and tails of the whole coin. So before you go out of town, just play the game of life. If my spirit is all-knowing and all-seeing, how come in this moment I can't see? Well, you have to play the game. It's called monopoly. Not that you're trying to monopolize. You have to monopoly your life first to win the game so that you can help others become active participants so they can graduate with you at the same time. This is a guarantee for the level of vibrational shift that will help you lift into the capacity to be able to expand, develop your psychic muscle. Number 4, get in touch with your spirit guides. Get in touch with your spirit guides. Who are these spirit guides? Could be deceased loved ones. Likely not. Your spirit guides have been assigned to you. Even more important, you, me, we have been assigned to the spirit guides, because the spirit is what guides us. So they're just a little bit above what we call this love nugget, you sexy human creature, you. But without a corporeal self. You have to make contact with the hierarchy that is a little bit above you. They're not above you, they're just above as a word definition description, that it's beyond your capacity to see, to see, to see, to free, to be. Do you see what I'm saying? There are entities, energies that reside not necessarily above you, but deeper into the capacity of what you actually think is you. They have a broader knowledge capacity to see. They're not different from you. You might be contacting your spirit guides. Well, it's about the humility when you fall deep inside that will bring them to you, and there you will abide. But when you get to this level of conscious awareness, you will understand that it's not separate from you. It never has been, nor will it ever. And then you're truly have integrated into the level of the land of a greater capacity of knowing forever. Wow, I'm hanging out with these people. Well, then I must be like these people and no longer about the sheeple in my life. Because I was once them. We are all once them. You want to be a policeman, you do what policemen do. You want to be a fireman, you do what firemen do. You want to be a spiritualist, you do what Jesus has done. And the like. And then you begin to see. Get in touch with these spirit guides. We all have spirit guides we all can call upon for support. These advanced souls, mentors, in the angelic realm help to guide us and teach us. We are also connected to anybody we've lost, quote, big quotes, who have crossed over to the other side. One way to connect to your spirit guides is by asking for a very specific sign. It's not about testing your faith, but it is actually no holds barred about testing your faith. You need to show me something. Hello, Amy. Hello, Elaine. You need to show me something. Hello, Jeffrey. I don't doubt you. I don't disbelieve in you. I am trying to use my intention to say, I am so responsible that I am asking to connect to something that says, yes, you are connecting with me. And because of your intention to go deeper, I'm going to validate to you this. When people from a foreign country, I am not a racist, I am not a misplaces, I am not a replacement. I am saying, I know how things in a particular country work. I'm taking responsibility to say, I'm not a jerk and I'm not about to twerk my living conscious ass into something that will cause me trouble. When someone says, can I be of service, to say, sure. I cost this much money, say, sure. I love it. I love giving people what they deserve when they share their creation of theirs to expand my own works of life. So send me a picture of you shooting me 3 fingers or a middle finger right now in this moment. And when you say, well, I have to go eat supper, I don't trust you immediately. So I ask specifically for a sign. Show me what is around you and give me a thumbs up with a wink. I'll be right back. I have to go use the bathroom. I don't believe you. So when you're in that energy, to ask your spirit guides to say, I'm asking in this way, not because I doubt and or disbelieve. I want to take responsibility to know that I am on the right track in my mind and in my heart, so that I can be validated in a beautiful way, so that I can ensue ablaze this spark. It's called taking responsibility, because the mind will paint many different pictures, hoping to grab you out of civility and bring you into a space of senility. Trust me, the mind is really that powerful. It is that powerful. Jeffrey, thank you for your thoughts. Everyone, thank you for your thoughts. I don't do politics in here. Judgment, I see the light in everyone. I don't do judgment. I don't. But thank you for being here, especially with the idea of calling drumpf and libtards. I'm not into that. So it's just not my way. It's not my way. So back into the way of where I was, I still am, about the 4th component of becoming open to your psychic capacity. If you want confirmation that you are on the right path, use a very specific sign. You can put that request out to the universe by saying and requesting to see a purple giraffe. I want to see a purple giraffe. I simply want to see it. I deserve seeing a purple giraffe. Whatever it is for you. It's best to get really specific in your request for a sign, so that when you do receive it, there is no denying that it came from your guides. Balancing your chakras from soul to bones, the lights that you are, can also help you unleash your psychic abilities. And here is everything you need to know about angelic numbers and other signs from the universe. You have to simply want it, my love. You have to want it. So beyond 2, 3, and 4, nothing will happen, and nothing will ever open the door until you're absolutely sure that you want it. So what is the it? I want to know that what lies for me just beyond my understanding. By standing under something that will always guide me, has never lied to me, it will come across as many lies. Many people will double cross you. Even what you think is your spirit will double cross you. Well, Keith, that was Satan. Satan spoke to me and interrupted Jesus' thoughts. Nonsense. Nothing can interrupt the Lord's thoughts except your own thought about what you think will interrupt the Lord's thoughts. Prove me wrong. I'm not arrogant. I'm right because I've taken 30 years to right myself. Nothing can interrupt the Lord's thoughts except your own modality and what you should or ought not to do. See? So how do I stay in the all presence of all knowing? You have to stay in the all presence of that which is all knowing. There is no way. There's no boring your way around it. So it requires work, doesn't it? It's brought home into a space of no denying it. If God is omnipresent, all powerful, all knowing, and all present, then I have to be all present, to be all powerful and all knowing, to glean the wisdom of my divine parent. And simply it becomes apparent to all of us. 4 models. You have to get out of fear. The fear of all knowing. The fear of knowing what you did in many past incarnations that have brought you to this point of being ignorant. It's painful, I know. It hurts. It'll kick your ass. What will kick your ass into a greater capacity, to a higher knowing, is to be okay with your ass being kicked. Get out of fear. You have to want it beyond all measure. I simply want to know. For no other reason except to know and to grow. Yo. You have to be of service. You have to ask for information. To be in a formation of knowing in the first place, or you get zilch, nit, nothing, zilt, nothing. You get nothing. And it's okay to get nothing. But when you want everything, then you have to fall into the nothing to be able to get the everything that is in the nothing. You have to want nothing. I just want to know simply because it's my divine birthright. No other reason. There's no other season. And the only treason is you feeling guilty about feeling worthy. When you feel guilty about feeling worthy, you have committed spiritual treason on yourself. When you no longer feel worthy, you have created, administered spiritual treason into your divine matrix. Argue that point. I love a good argument. It's not about being right. It's about being on point and accurate. I'm pretty damn accurate. When you feel you are not worthy, you have swerved out of your own lane and you ventured into someone else's lane. Guess what happens when you do that? Unconsciously, it causes accidents and you shit your britches. Or you can cross the bridges to your soul. So how do I develop my psychic muscle? You have to get out of the fight, the bug and tussle of your life. You have to want to be in it to win it. Not above anyone else, but simply nobility-wise above what you have always known as yourself. Nothing happens until that. Nothing. Okay, Keith, I get that. So you work on that for a month, a year, however long it takes, you work on it. Well, I've been doing it 10 years. Good. But you're no longer worried about how long it takes. It hastens its arrival. So now you begin to work on, why am I so scared? Because you're scared. Simply. You don't have to give it a definition or a reason. I'm just simply scared. So you stop being scared and you fall deeper, deeper, deeper. It's always the season. And the closer you get to God, the more you know. And next thing you know, you grow. You have to be of service. You have to visualize what you think is coming down the pike. I'm about to walk into this restaurant that I've never been in. Spirit be with me. I don't have to be right, but I do want to be accurate to be of service to other people. What does this place look like? You have to be shown, and then you're shown. And then your light will have shone on other people. Here's the church. Here's the people, and here's the steeple. And then you have to connect to a hierarchy that is beyond your capacity of what you already know. And then you grow. Until then, nothing happens. So Keith, what is it you're saying? I am saying when you want something, whatever it is, like your next breath, and you remove those things that are blocking you and keeping you in death, then you begin to breathe and live, and then you begin to understand it's about service, and you give. And then things will begin to validate themselves to you. And then you will be shown because you have asked to be shown. And then you will validate to yourself, oh my delicious dear Lord, I have grown into a greater capacity because I finally had the cojones and the audacity to see my birthright. Do you see? 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 It's not hard. You are already swimming in the cosmic conscious life stream as I am sharing my time with you and you with me and we with we. So Jerry Hall says, fuck off. So Jerry Hall is mad. He can come back and retort and debate, but I love him. We all love him. He's mad about a something. He's saying, fuck off. There's a lot of power in fuck off. Is there not? I love it. I love his passion in the power of fuck off. I don't like his intention of wanting to bring everyone down into his space of fuck off. So he's mad because this presentation goes against everything or many things that he was taught and or bought into. And he's blessed beyond measure. He's mad because he's seeing his own trifling and that which is stifling him into a greater degree of bliss. And it's pissing him off. And he wants to go outside and blame and claim everyone else is doing this, said something to him. And it's blasphemy. But he is not seeing that which is his greatest potential for liberation. So, my friend, Jeffrey Hall, you can't offend me. But I, in turn, will defend you. Love wins, my bro. You can be piss and vinegar mad all you want. You can blame me and everyone else and be blasphemic. Doesn't matter, bro. You are always welcome here, sir. You are always welcome here to express your fuck off. Whatever's got you, goat. Bah! I got you back. See? So instead of fuck off, I'm asking you to fuck on. Gonna be right back. I'm gonna close out the night with a song. I'll be right back and go to final, maybe vessel mode, but either way. Jeffrey, thank you for expressing yourself. I really appreciate you being honest. That says a lot more than many people. You are honest about how you feel, how you see. Good for you, bro.
Remember that all things are possible. You must choose to be accountable, responsible, enough to believe, and open your heart to receive.
Above and look at your life, and you see the life you live. Can you be surprised that it all turned out this way and not the way you planned? It's about what you know and what you understand. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Learn to follow that inner voice inside. That's the one that's telling you not to run and hide. See what your life could be when you visualize. It's about what you choose. That's your real life. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice. Choice, life's a choice. It's a choice. Your life is a choice.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight we are speaking about Center of Light sight. 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 The ability to take in information. That which is in a formation of alignment. I can see. Someone tells you a joke and you go, I see your point. You didn't use your eyes, did you? You say, I see. Boy, someone is blasting the room with all of these emojis. Center of Light sight. Gonna fall inside. Let's see what's happening on YouTube. I see some new arrival. Hello, Danielle. Timmy Neely. What's up, brother? He says, great message. Great to see you, my friend. Donna Owens. Richard. Jeffrey Hall's having a blast, which I love. Even him having a moment, he's having a blast. I love it. Amy Jameson sent me some hearts. Love me some Amy J. Kelly Bauman says, good song. Pri, put away Habakuku. All right, everybody, I'm going to fall inside, see if there's any information before I exit and get me some grub and hang out with my little kitty cat. Center of Light, sight. If you're just joining, go back from the beginning. It costs you nothing. There's a donate button. I do this pro, Sharon Sunday Bono. I do it pro bono. You're loved. So loved. We can't even grasp the level of infinite love. Not only that we have and are given, but that we are by nature. If you want to develop your intuition, as you call it, a better word than psychic, because it is often regarded to by many in the mainstream as psychosis, but there's a greater osmosis taking place when you become intuitive and you use words that are vibratory as such. You fall out of the clutch and into much deeper connection. 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 Erection of the spirit. You have to go beyond hear it to listen. There you would glisten and blisten yourselves into a greater capacity of knowing. It's not hard. It is never has been, nor would it ever be. How do I become more congruent in guidance with those who are trying to spiritually guide me? That is the deliciousness of the question everyone should be asking from such a platform. That will take you out of the norm into the abnorm, which is now the new norm, where the psychic in you or the all-knowing in you can be birthed. Again, not seeing your worth will always keep the door shut, keep you in that rut, keep you in the anger in the gut. Now what? What is that other place beyond the gut and the rut? Is the now what? And so you have to learn to navigate, appreciate, feel that you are worthy to guide you, navigate you, to brave the mountain and to that which is beyond, which you have always known, which is a limited fountain to the fountain of youth, for you will forever be youthful. Easy, isn't it? Should be, could be, would be, if you allow yourself to simply be there. So where is the there I should, could, would be? It's actually here. It's the nearest of near, my divine dear one. Get out of the world, fall into the cosmos. Get out of the world, fall into the universe. Get out of the world, fall into your divinity, into the infinity that is you. Can it be that simple? Can I truly bypass the 4 or however many bullet points? I am telling you that's the only way there is. You're using these bullet points to take you to a point higher than the bullet points. The bullet points are laid out for you to use as rungs on the ladder. However you choose to do it, there is a way that will take you there even faster. Ever asked her? Ishtar command comes into space. A higher race, if you will, in a place above what you know as local space. The Ishtar command. The command of Earth, there's an allegiance, an alliance. And in all compliance they operate. And they are here in psychic ways, if you will, in the mental way to help you connect. How can they do that when there's 350 million of you, if you will? It doesn't work that way. Still, it works in a way that you don't understand. That way that you are trying to develop your abilities so that it can be yours to command. Hence the Ashtar command. They are the Ashtar command. They're the ones who are granting your every wish as you move up the spiritual ladder. So right now there's a window that is so open for you, so hoping for you, that you simply get out of the world, out of the noise, to fall into the universe and into a spiritual poise of yourself. Many of you have been poisoning yourself for far too long, and you simply don't know the way out. You are so loved beyond measure. Spirit will offer you now, with all pleasure and in all treasure, the way out. That is the way in. Again, the way out is in, the way out is in, the way out is in. So what it really requires from you to develop your psychic muscle, your power muscle, your all-knowing muscle, your liberation muscle, is simply to be present. Stop talking. Stop thinking. Be in being, and there you will simply be. And simply, here we are. Are you not simply here? And then simply recognize that here is where you will anchor your true self. The psychic one you're trying to develop. The all-powerful one you're trying to develop. The all-knowing, the omnipresent self that you actually already are. By Lavender Soul, you are a star. Check this out. Let me find it. Good night. What a beautiful song.